Hi students, I am Parmeshwar Lokhande working as lecturer in Sweris College of Engineering, Pandharpur, and today we are here to learn new topic of a chemistry, and name of the topic is chemistry in everyday life. Dear students, we know what are the general and common applications of chemistry. Chemistry knowledge is applied in the rubber and tire technology. It is also useful in extraction of petroleum in the form of crude petrol and separate out into the different fractions and its refining. The knowledge is also useful in leather industry, textile industry, in the paint, for making the cosmetics, for making the manufacturing of the plastic. It is also useful in the metallurgy, electrochemistry, and it is used in number of fields, but today we are going to focus on drugs. So chemical in medicine, chemical in food product, chemical in cleansing agent. These are some common applications given here. Then by the drug we can diagnosis, prevention, treatment and cure. The substance which is used for purpose of prevention, diagnosis, treatment or cure of a disease, it is called as the drug. The word drug is German word which means dry herb. Characteristics of an ideal drug. Ideal drug should have some its good characteristics. It should not disturb normal physiological processes. That means it should not harm any physiological processes. Harmless to the host but should destroy harmful organism. It should have minimum side effects and localized to affected site. That means they should localize at particular site. Antibiotic kill the intestinal flora. These are some common characteristics of an ideal drug. Then classification of drugs based on dosage or forms. It is classified. For example, tablet, syrup and injections are classified on the basis of drugs dosage. Based on pharmacological effects, for example, analgesics, tranquilizer, anti-cancer agent drugs, these are in the category of pharmacological effects. It is also classified on the basis of action. Painkiller, analgesics and tranquilizer are come under this category. Based on chemical structure, it is also classified. Penicillin, sulfonylurea are come in this category. And based on molecular target, for example, protein, enzyme receptor, nucleic acid as a target, these are the some classification of drugs. So next is normal mechanism. You can see here in this slide we can see here there is the enzyme having with active site, substrate, and enzyme substrate complex is formed here. During this formation, enzyme and substrate can form bonding like that: ionic bonding, hydrogen bonding, covalent bonding, or van der Waals interactions. Then enzyme action of drug on target. Enzyme speed up reactions without changing the energy of substrate. We should know the interaction between enzyme, substrate and drug. It is given here. Enzyme have active site, then substrate. Enzyme substrate complex formation is given here. After that there is the formation of product. That means this particular substrate is fit along with enzyme. Then there are two type of mechanism given here. One is the competitive inhibition. First one, during this process drug inhibit or hinders activity of enzyme. Enzyme, substrate and drugs are given here in the form of key lock model. Next is mechanism in presence of drugs sometimes occupy allosteric site. Instead of connect with enzyme at particular active site, it is go into the allosteric site, but substrate here fit into the active site. Next mechanism is given here. Sometimes enzyme changes their shape and size according to substrate and drugs. The substrate can occupy active site. Space of active site changes. Let's see here diagram given of enzyme. This is the allosteric site. Drug inhibit the action of enzyme but in non-competitive manner during this process. So next is chemicals in the medicine. Analgesics, tranquilizer, anti-fertility, antacid and antihistamines and antimicrobial drugs. These chemicals are used here in this process. Then next is the what is mean by analgesia. Analgesia is a condition of relative intensity to the pain without loss of consciousness. That means analgesic drugs are used to reduce the pain or relative intensity to the pain. Analgesis, an agent which cause relative insensitivity to the pain without loss of consciousness. These are the selective CNS depressant. Then next is the anti-fertility drugs. We know that there is day by day population of world goes on increasing. That is why these anti-fertility drugs are used to control the population. In this, drugs which are used to control the population by the family planning are called as the anti-fertility drugs. Estrogen and progesterone, these are the two common anti-fertility drugs. Mixture of synthetic estrogen and progesterone derivatives. You should have remember here structure is very similar to each other, estrogen and progesterone. 3 6-membered rings are connected with one 5-membered ring along with two hydroxyl group and one methyl group is here. In progesterone, this hydrogen shifted electrons here, that is why there is the double bond formation. In similar manner, here is one CH3 group, here is one CH3 group, here is the C double bond O, and here is one CH3 attached to this carbon. This is the structure of progesterone. Then classification of analgesics. Analgesic drugs are classified into two categories. First one is narcotic analgesics and second one is non-narcotic analgesics. Then what is the narcotic analgesics? These drugs produce narcosis. They do not produce narcosis. That means these drugs are additive and these drugs are non-additive drugs. They are very potent drug. They are not potent. Their chronic use leads to the addiction. That means when we take some amount of drug number of times, then these are leads to the addiction. But such a non-narcotic analgesic drugs they do not cause any addiction. They are CNS depressant. That means during this narcotic analgesic drugs, they are CNS depressant. Central nervous system depressant drugs are narcotic drugs, and they are not CNS depressant drugs. That means they do not depress the central nervous system. For example, opium and its products such as morphine, codeine and cocaine. These are the examples of narcotic drugs, while crocin and aspirin, these are the non-narcotic drugs, analgesic drugs. Then narcotic analgesis, its properties, structure of morphine and codeine and heroin, we are going to cover here. Narcotic analgesics, these are the natural alkaloid. They are obtained from opium, white milky latex that comes from the capsule of Papaver somniferum. It is common name of this Papaver somniferum is opium. By this opium we can extract white milky latex, and this white milky latex we can use it for manufacturing of narcotic analgesic drugs. Opium alkaloid contains 10% morphine and 5% codeine. These are the some common structures are given here. Narcotic drugs, first one is morphine, second one is heroin, and third one is the codeine. You should have remember these structures because in CET exam this might be asked, what are the structure of morphine, heroin, codeine, like that. Then second one is the non-narcotic analgesis. For example, aspirin is the example of non-narcotic analgesis. Properties: mild analgesic, antipyretic and anti-inflammatory. These are the drugs. Mild analgesis, antipyretic and anti-inflammatory. It is used in headache, cold, tissue swelling, like that. It is obtained by acylation of salicylic acid. After acylation of salicylic acid, it is get converted into the acetyl salicylic acid. It is called as the aspirin. IUPAC name of this aspirin is 2-acetoxy-benzoic acid. We know that this is the structure of benzoic acid. When 6-membered ring is connected with COH group is connected with this 6-membered ring, it is called as the benzoic acid, and at the second number position 1-acetoxy group is connected here, that is why it is called as the 2-acetoxy-benzoic acid. Then aspirin synthesis, salicylic acid after acetic anhydride reaction. When the salicylic acid is reacted with acetic anhydride, this is get converted into the 2-acetobenzoic acid. This is the COH group connected with this 6-membered ring, and at second number position 1-acetoxy group is connected here, that is why it is called as the 2-acetobenzoic acid. The next is the aspirin substituted compounds are given here. First one is naproxen. This is the naproxen. Then second one is ibuprofen. Many times we can also use tablet of ibuprofen for reduce the pain. Then paracetamol is always used in the pain condition. This is the structure of paracetamol. Then next is the drugs for the treatment of mental disorders, tranquilizers, antidepressant, mood elevators and sedatives. These are some drugs we can use for mental disorders. Drugs used in the mental disorders are CNS activity is slow in this mental disorder. During the high depression, we can use CNS activity is slow and CNS activity is fast, then we need to stimulate the activity, and here we can need to reduce the activity. Then drugs used in mental disorders, tranquilizer is one out of them, which relieves the stress and anxiety. Antidepressant or mood elevators we can use it for mental disorders. Then sedatives, these are the sleep inducing drugs, need to reduce the activity for this particular antidepressant or mood elevators. Then tranquilizers, definition is given here, the chemical substance used to relieve or reduce the stress and anxiety leading to the calmness are called as the tranquilizers. These drugs are particularly used to reduce the stress and anxiety. Due to reduce of stress and anxiety, it will lead to the calmness. These drugs are called as the tranquilizers. Then properties, affect transferring of the message mechanism from nerve to the acceptor. Then second one is used to reduce the mental tension, disorders of the moods, insomnia, that means this insomnia means reduce the sleep. Then what are the side effects? Some side effects are given here, headache, weight gain, blurring of the vision. These are the some side effects of the tranquilizer drugs. These groups is come from here from carbamic acid. It is the equanyl, structure of equanyl. Similar groups are attached here on the both side of these carbons. C7H14N2O4 is the molecular formula of this equanyl. Then sedatives, phenurea and malonic acid are combined together. These are get converted into the barbituric acid. Here instead of this hydrogen, two ethyl groups are attached, then it is called as the pheranol. It is also called as barbital. Then next one is antidepressant, the drugs which reduce the depression by stimulating CNS, that means stimulating central nervous system. These drugs are called as antidepressants. Some examples are given here. You have to remember what is the structure of that particular compound. First one is pyridine, second one we use here pyridine. This is the structure of phenylzyme. It is also called as nardil, and this is the apronicid. This is the structure of apronicid. These are the antidepressant drugs. Then next is antimicrobial drugs. It consists of three: antibiotics, antiseptics, and disinfectants. Let's see what is antimicrobials. Drugs which are used to kill or stop the growth of microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, or viruses are called as the antimicrobials. Remember here, drugs which we can use to kill or stop the growth of microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, or viruses, such drugs are called as antimicrobials. Then antimicrobials are of three types. First one is antibiotics, penicillin, chloramphenicol. These are the antibiotics. We know that this penicillin was discovered by the Alexander Fleming. Then antiseptic, chloroxylenol and bithanol. These are the antiseptics, and in the case of disinfectants, phenol and the chlorine. These are the example of disinfectants. Then what is antibiotics? Antibiotic is a drug which is derived from living matter or microorganism, and it is used to kill or prevent the growth of other microorganisms. Such drugs are called as antibiotics. Classification of antibiotics is given here. Spectrum of antibiotics, range of its activity. Range of activity, that means broad spectrum antibiotics are here. These are classified into the broad spectrum antibiotics and also classified into the narrow spectrum antibiotics. These are the effective against several microorganisms. For example, chloramphenicol and amoxicillin. These are the examples of broad spectrum antibiotics, and these are the effective against specific microorganism. For example, penicillin and ofloxacin. These are the example of narrow spectrum antibiotics. Then mode of action. According to the mode of action, it is classified into the bactericidal antibiotics, which kills the microorganism, and second one is the bacteriostatic antibiotics, which inhibit the growth of microorganism. That means bactericidal, when words are come here, then it is kill the microorganism. These are the kill the microorganism. These antibiotics kill microorganisms, and when words we use bacteriostatic, then these antibiotics do not kill the microorganisms but inhibit or stop the growth of microorganism. For example, in bactericidal antibiotics, penicillin and aminoglycosides, these are the example of bactericidal antibiotics, and erythromycin, tetracycline, chloramphenicol, these are the examples of the bacteriostatic antibiotics. Then some structures are given here. See here, antipyretic, antisyphilitic agent, and this name of this compound is the salvarsan. Molecular formula is C12H12 As2O2N2, and second one is azodie. These are the very well known structure for all of you. Two azo groups are connected here, nitrogen groups are connected here, that is why it is called as azo, and it is used in the dye industry. This azodie has yellow color. Next one, we can see here the structure of prontosil is a prodrug of sulfanylamide, and it is the structure of here prontosil. In human body, prontosil gets converted into the sulfanylamide. This is the sulfanylamide here. Reaction, we can see the structure of sulfapyridine. Molecular formula is C11H12N3O2S, and this is the penicillin bactericidal. Molecular formula is C9H11N2O4S. You have to remember in this chapter name of the compound and its structure. This is the important part, and particular drugs which will come in which category. This is the important. Then next one is the chloramphenicol. It is the bacterioisostatic. The structure of this compound chloramphenicol is given here. Molecular formula is C11H12Cl2N2O5. Next is the antiseptic, drugs which are applied to living tissues to kill the bacteria and stop their growth in the wound, preventing its infection, are called as antiseptics. Antiseptics we generally use in the wounds to stop the growth of microorganisms or kill the bacteria instead of living tissues of host. Chlorhexidinol, terpineol and bithineol, these are the structures of these antiseptics. We know that Dettol is the mixture of terpineol and chloroxylenol. It is also used one of the antiseptic. Next is disinfectant. Disinfectants are applied to non-living objects to kill the microorganisms, used in public health, sanitization, floors to sterilize the instruments like that. Disinfectants particularly used on or applied on non-living objects for the purpose of killing the microorganisms. It is used in the public health sanitization process, floors to sterilize the various instruments and equipments. In this process, dilute solution of phenol is used as antiseptic, whereas the concentrated phenol is used as disinfectant. That means dilute solution of phenol we can use it as antiseptic, whereas concentrated phenol, if there, we can use it as disinfectant. Next is the anti-fertility drugs which are used to control the population by family planning. Such type of drugs are called as anti-fertility drugs. Two structures are given here. One is the estrogen and second one is progesterone. Estrogen is having with 3 aromatic rings, 6-membered aromatic rings are connected with one 5-membered ring along with 2 OH groups and one CH3 group, while progesterone is similar structure. Instead of this OH, here is the double bond O, CH3 CH3, C double bond O CH3, like this. We know that there are 2 sex hormones, androgen, estrogen or testosterone, and such enzyme activity can be inhibited by using such anti-fertility drugs. Then synthetic estrogen derivatives, novestrol is the synthetic estrogen derivatives. Next to that, synthetic progesterone derivatives structure is given here. It is called as norethindrone. Molecular formula of this is C20H26O2. These are the derivatives, synthetic derivative of progesterone. Then next is the antacids. Acid is the base which neutralizes excess of acid secreted in the stomach during digestion of the food, and antacid is the base which neutralizes excess of acid which is secreted in stomach during the digestion process or digestion of the food. Sodium bicarbonate is one of the antacid, metal hydroxide, magnesium and aluminium. Antacid control the symptoms and not the cause. That means these are all examples of antacids. Then next is the histamine. Histamine is organic nitrogen compound involved in local immune responses as well as regulating physiological function in the gut and acting as a neurotransmitter. Histamine triggers the inflammatory responses as a part of immune responses to the foreign pathogens. One example is given here, structure. This is the histamine. Antihistamine prevent the interaction between histamine and receptors in the stomach wall, hence decreases the secretion of acid. These antihistamine are responsible for reduce the acid which is secreted by the stomach during food digestion process. For example, ranitidine, it is called as Zintac, and one more example, common example of this is Rantac. We always take as a antacid in the form of Rantac. Ranitidine structure, molecular formula is C13H22N4O3S.HCl. Next is chemicals in the food products in the form of food preservatives, artificial sweetening agents, and in food products we can use chemical as a antioxidants. So let's see one by one. Food preservatives. Preservative is a substance which when added to the food is capable of inhibiting or retarding or arresting the process of fermentation, acidification or other decomposition of food by the growth of the microbes. We can use as a food preservative in the form of salt, cold conditions and hot conditions. Four methods of food preservations are given here. Physical methods. Food preservation is possible by two methods. One is physical method and second one is chemical method. By removal of heat or cooling fresh fruits, then vegetables, meats, fish, like that. Cooling lowers the temperature which prevent growth of microbes. Physical method मध्ये next आहे by addition of heat, stationary and agitating process. We know this is the very well known process, pasteurization process, in which milk is heated at the 40 degrees Celsius temperature, which can kill all the microbes present in the milk. That particular process is known as the pasteurization. Then second is the sterilization. Heating process kills the microbes. Canning or heat process. Physical methods by removal of water, it is called as dehydration, sun drying, freeze drying, pulp drying. Drying prohibits the growth of microorganism in the food. We can also use irradiation process. Radiation should not induce the radioactivity in food. EMR used for irradiation process, electron magnetic resonance. Then in chemical method we know that we add the sugar. After adding we can apply the heat. Simple, cheap and easy to adapt this processes, which we can use it for preserve the food material. Addition of salt. Salting controls the growth of fungus. Antimicrobial activities, osmosis. In chemical process, sodium benzoate we can be used as a preservative. Salt of sorbic acid, salt of propionic acid, these are the some chemicals or preservatives we can add into the food particles. Then artificial sweetening agents, alternative to the natural sweeteners. Sweet taste but doesn't provide food calories. These are the artificial sweetening agents widely used in diabetic patients. This artificial sweetening agent we can use for the diabetic patients. Then what is the artificial sweetening agents? Chemicals which do not occur in nature but are synthesized in laboratory have sweet taste, but they have no food value. They are known as the artificial sweeteners. That means artificial sweeteners are not occur in nature, but they are synthesized in labs having similar taste like to that of sugar. It is called as artificial sweetening process or artificial sweetening agent. For example, saccharin is one of the example of artificial sweetener. We can see here molecular formula is C7H5SNO2 and structure is given here. Benzene ring is connected with 5-member ring in which 3 carbon atoms are replaced by 2 carbon atoms are replaced by N, nitrogen and sulfur, and this sulfur is connected to double bond O and this carbon is connected to the double bond O. It is the first popular artificial sweetening agent. Orthosulfobenzyamide is called as saccharin. It is first popular artificial sweetening agent. It is about 550 times as sweet as cane sugar. It is excreted from the body in urine unchanged. Uses: it is used in the manufacturing of medicines, toothpaste, low caloric sweets, soft drinks and cold drinks. Then aspartame is one of the artificial sweetener. Aspartic acid is synthesized from aspartic acid, and formula or molecular formula or structure is given here, and it is aspartame is prepared by using aspartic acid. So next, see how it is prepared. This is the reaction. by which we can prepare aspartame. Next to that, we can see here the structure of aspartame having molecular formula C14H18N2O5. It is methyl ester of dipeptide form from the aspartic acid and phenylalanine. This aspartame we can prepare by using aspartic acid and phenylalanine. By this way, it is most successful and widely used artificial sweetener. It is roughly 100 times as sweet as cane sugar. That means it is more sweet, 100 times sweet than cane sugar. Then uses, its use is limited to cold foods and soft drinks because it is unstable at cooking temperature. Next is Alitame. Alitame is having molecular formula C14H25N3O4S. Structure is given here. It is more stable than aspartame. It is high potency sweetener, and it is 2000 times sweeter than sugar. Sucralose is one of the artificial sweetener. It is trichloro derivatives of sucrose. We can see here hydrogen atoms are replaced by 3 chlorine atoms. That is why it is trichloro derivatives of sucrose. Its appearance and taste are like sugar. Then it is stable at cooking temperature. It does not provide calories, and it is 600 times as sweet as sugar. Remember, this is the structure of sucralose, in which 3 hydrogen atoms are replaced by 3 chlorine atoms. Then antioxidant. Antioxidant is a substance which, when added to the food, retard or prevent the oxidative deterioration of the food. Free radicals are generated. Oxidation of food, after these free radicals are generated, reacted with antioxidants and result in the stop further oxidation. To avoid oxidation process with food, these antioxidants we can use. Example, BHT, butylated hydroxytoluene, fat plus oxygen. It is after that it is get converted into the radical. When addition of BHT, it is get converted into the BHT, butylated hydroxytoluene radical is formed there. BHT radical does not react further with molecule of a fat. Therefore, the chain reaction here stops. It prevents oxidative rancidity of the fats. Molecular formula of BHT is C15H24O, and structure is given here. You should also remember here what is the structure of BHT. That means butylated hydroxytoluene. The next is example BHA, butylated hydroxyanisole. It is called as BHA. Is generally used to preserve fats and prevent them becoming rancid. BHA is found in buttermilks, cereals, chewing gum, baked foods, beer, dehydrated potatoes, rubber products, cosmetics, and in petroleum product. This BHA we can also used as a antioxidants. Cleansing agent, last one is here. Cleansing agent, surface activation. It is also called as surfactants. Chemical substance which concentrate at the surface of the solution or interface from surface films, reduce surface tension of the solution, and helps in removing dirt and dust by emulsifying greases are called as cleansing agents or surface active agents or surfactants. Cleansing agents are divided into two: soaps and detergents. Soaps are sodium or potassium salts of higher fatty acid such as lauric acid. Molecular formula is C11H23COOH. Palmitic acid C15H31COOH. Stearic acid, like that, whose molecular formula is C17H35COOH. After saponification, fat or oil when treated with sodium hydroxide, it is get converted into the glycerol plus soap. This is the reaction here. This process in which sodium hydroxide is used, it is treated with sodium hydroxide when fat and oil get converted into soap. This process is known as saponification. Then what is the disadvantages? Soaps cannot be used in hard water, we know that here, because it forms curd or precipitate either on skin or clothes. Reaction is given here. Soap, and here is the Ca plus 2 ions which are present into the water, which is present into the hard water, and this soap is get converted into the insoluble soap. This insoluble soap, it is known as the precipitate or curd or white scum. Similar reaction is given here for the magnesium ions. Generally calcium and magnesium ions are present into the water, into the hard water. These are responsible for hardness of the water. Then next is soaps cannot be utilized. I think this is similar. This gummy mass insoluble soap, it is called as the curd or precipitate. Insoluble soaps adhere to the fibers of the cloth. That means when this precipitate is formed, this precipitate can adhere to the fibers of the cloth, or it will be adhere on the skin, and skin become blackish in color due to this precipitate formation. Then soaps cannot be used in acidic solution. We cannot use this soap into the acidic solution. Acid present in the solution precipitate the insoluble fatty acids, then precipitate adheres to the fabrics and therefore reduce the ability of soap to remove the oil and grease. That is why we know here what will happen. Original property or characteristic soap is cleansing. This we can use it as a cleansing agent, and generally when we use this soap into the acidic medium, then it reduces the ability of soap to remove oil particles or grease particles from the fibers. The next is the detergent. Synthetic detergents are cleansing agent which have all the properties of soap but which actually do not contain any soap. Unlike soap, synthetic detergent can also be conveniently used even in the hard water. That means we cannot use soap into the hard water, but we can use detergent into the hard water. Calcium and magnesium salts of the detergents are also soluble in water, and thus the synthetic detergents do not form curdy and white PPT. That means calcium and magnesium salt of detergent are also soluble in water, and therefore there is no formation of precipitate will be formed there and do not adhere there. Then let's see some multiple choice questions here belongs to this topic. These are the most important questions. Detergents are better than soap because they are less affected by hard water. They can be used in acidic solution. Third option is both A and B. And fourth option is they wash clothes better. See here, what is the question? Detergents are better than soaps. Detergents are better than soap. What is the reason? So we can see here, they are less affected by hard water. We know that we cannot use soap into the hard water, but we can use detergent into the hard water. That is why they are less affected by hard water. This option is correct here. The next option is they can be used in acidic solution. We know that we cannot use soaps into the acidic solution. When acidic solution is used there, soap is get dissolved into the acidic solution and get converted into the precipitate, it is called as curd or white scum. This curd can adhere to the surface of the adhere to the fabrics of the clothes. That is why this option is also correct here. Then what is the C option? Both A and B. And D option is they wash clothes better. This option is not correct. They wash clothes better. That is why option C is correct here. That means both A and B is the answer of this question. Then heroin is, it is the type of drug. We know that drugs are divided into the narcotic and non-narcotic drugs. Analgesics are divided into narcotic analgesics and non-narcotic analgesics. Each one have different examples. Then heroin is belongs to which type of drug? Either it is narcotic, non-narcotic, anesthetic, antiseptic. These are heroin, codeine and morphine. These are the type of drugs which are belongs to the narcotic. They leads to the addiction to the persons. And in non-narcotic which do not lead to the addiction, like aspirin, these are the examples of non-narcotic drugs. So heroin is narcotic drug. So first option is right here, narcotic. Next one is, which one is broad spectrum drug? First option is chloramphenicol, chloroquine second. Third one is chloroxylenol, and fourth one is plasmoquine. So you have to remember here, broad spectrum drug, example of this broad spectrum drug is chloramphenicol. That is why first answer is correct here. Then next question, a drugs that is antiseptic as well as analgesics, what among the here? First one is para-acetaminophenol, second one is chloropromazine hydrochloride, third option is chloramphenicol, and fourth one is paracetamol. Here you have to remember, para-acetaminophenol is the example of antiseptic drugs as well as it can be used as analgesics. So first option is correct here for the fourth number question. Then next question is, allergy is caused by the production of dash dash in the body. Allergy is caused by the production of dash dash in the body. First one is hormones, second one is enzyme, third one is vitamins. All these are here, hormones are the essential part of our body, enzymes and vitamins are also essential part of our body, but histamines is not a essential part for the body. That is why it leads into the allergy. And fourth option, D option is correct here. Allergy is caused by the production of dash dash in the body. Histamine production is leads to the allergy. Then next question is, the aspirin is an acetylation product of. ॲस्पिरिनचं जर ॲसिटिलेशन जर केलं तर त्याचा प्रोडक्ट काय असेल असा क्वेश्चन आहे. आणि इथं दिस इज द बी इज द करेक्ट आन्सर हिअर. अँड नेम ऑफ द ॲसिलेशन प्रोडक्ट ऑफ ॲस्पिरिन इज ortho-hydroxybenzoic acid. Then next is, drugs which is used to reduce the anxiety and brings the calmness is known as. Very simple question is given here. Drugs which is used to reduce anxiety and bring calmness is known as. We saw here all the definitions of that particular. So first option is tranquilizer, second one is diuretic, third one is analgesics, and fourth one is antacids. So tranquilizer is drugs which we can use to reduce the anxiety and brings the calmness. This is the property of this tranquilizer, which reduce the anxiety, and due to reduction in anxiety it will leads to the bring calmness, and answer of this question is the tranquilizer. So thank you.